Some men will never say the words, "I love you." You may never see grand, cinematic gestures of affection. There will be days of silence, moments of coldness, and times when his mixed signals make you question everything. But what if I told you that the modern dating advice you've been listening to, the advice that tells you to instantly block him the second he goes quiet, is actually causing you to walk away from men who are deeply, unconditionally attached to you? When a man is truly, psychologically attached to a woman, there is one unmistakable sign that will always reveal itself, even if he tries to hide it, even if he physically pulls away. Today, we are going to dive into the darkest, most fiercely protected corners of male psychology. We are going to explore why emotional attachment feels like a life or death threat to his nervous system, and I will reveal the one psychological phenomenon, the absolute proof that his inner world has started to revolve completely around you. Listen closely, because by the end of this video, you will understand exactly why he runs, why he always comes back, and how you can stop reacting like an anxious girl and start commanding the dynamic like a true, high-value woman. To uncover this sign, we must first shatter a massive illusion. Men do not process emotional attachment the same way women do. For a woman, emotional attachment feels like an anchor. It feels like safety, home, and peace. For a high percentage of men, emotional attachment feels like standing on the edge of a cliff. It feels like losing control. When a man realizes that his emotional state is suddenly dependent on a woman, when he realizes that a single text from you can make his day and your silence can ruin it, his nervous system registers this not as romance, but as danger. His instinct is not to express it. His biological imperative is to contain it, protect himself, or distance himself from the source of the vulnerability, you. This is the exact moment he becomes inconsistent. He gives you deep, soul-bearing conversation on Friday and absolute radio silence on Monday. He isn't playing a game. He is executing emotional self-protection. When true attachment forms in a man who fears losing his autonomy, fear immediately follows. So what is the one sign? What is the undeniable proof that he is emotionally tethered to you despite his avoidant behavior? It is the psychological inability to cleanly disconnect. Psychologists refer to this as emotional imprinting. When a man is emotionally attached, you remain a permanent resident in his inner world regardless of his external actions. He may pull back. He may bury himself in work. He may even try to date other women to prove to his own ego that he doesn't need you, but the tether remains. You will see this play out in the form of the orbit. An emotionally attached man never truly disappears. He may reduce communication to protect his ego, but he always returns. It might be a random message weeks later, just checking in. It might be him watching every single one of your social media stories within minutes of you posting them. Why does he do this? Because emotional attachment creates an invisible gravitational pull. Physical attraction fades, circumstances change, but once his nervous system has imprinted on your energy, once he has felt a level of safety, rawness, or understanding with you that he cannot find anywhere else, his emotional body remembers it. He cannot consciously command his brain to unfeel it. The second layer of this sign is his involuntary emotional synchronization with you. An ego-driven man, a man who only wants your validation, does not care if you are sad, distant, or quiet. He only cares when you stop feeding his ego. But an emotionally attached man, your state of being deeply unsettles his. When you pull away, something inside him tightens. If you become genuinely cold, he feels it immediately. He may not admit it, but his mood shifts based on your energy. He observes you with hyper-awareness. He notices the slight change in your tone of voice. He remembers the incredibly small details of a story you told him months ago, reacting to things you never even said out loud. This happens because his brain is constantly scanning you for signs of safety or rejection. You have become his emotional baseline. That is why he struggles to replace you. He can go on dates, he can talk to other women, but he will constantly use you as the unconscious reference point. The other connections will just feel hollow.
But you must be ruthless in distinguishing real attachment from toxic ego. Do not romanticize a man who is simply using you for a confidence boost. An ego-driven man wants to control you. An emotionally attached man is terrified of how much you control him. Ego fades the moment it is ignored. Attachment, however, does not. If attachment is suppressed, it causes internal tension. If it is avoided, it resurfaces months or even years later. If a man is emotionally attached, you don't need to chase proof. You will feel in the pauses, in the unfinished conversations, in the heavy undercurrent of his returns. Emotional attachment doesn't shout, it whispers. So you now know how to recognize the undeniable sign of true emotional attachment. But this brings up a painful question. If he is so deeply attached, why does he still run away? The truth is, if you are a woman deeply rooted in your authentic power, your presence is actually triggering a psychological crisis within his nervous system. The renowned psychoanalyst Carl Jung called this the mirror effect. You are not doing anything wrong. You are simply terrifying him. I explain exactly why your high-value energy intimidates him and why you must never, ever shrink yourself to make him comfortable in the video currently on your screen. Click on it right now, and let's explore why being too much is actually your greatest weapon. I will see you over there.